In 2016, she published the book Weapons of Math Destruction, which talked a lot about how data and algorithms are fueling inequality in a kind of a variety of areas, actually including education, but also in the criminal justice system, in employment and hiring, and really looking at the social implications of big data. Just in a kind of summary, some of these obstacles in traditional math education include these cultural myths about innate ability, the idea that there's certain types of brains that can do math versus not, which is totally false. So what can we do about this? What are some things that help? I want to start by sharing a pretty transformative teaching experience I had. So I started working as a math tutor, part-time as a teenager, and continued through undergrad and graduate school. And I had taught freshman calculus, kind of as the teacher. And then much later on, kind of after working in industry for a few years, I went back and taught at an all-women coding boot camp. And so this was for adult women that were changing careers. And the first half of the program was kind of much more traditional, teaching a class, and then the students would do exercises in the lab. But then for the second half, the students would build their own projects, and they had a huge amount of kind of freedom in what they chose. And they were often, using libraries I had never seen before. They were all doing something different and complicated. And prior to this, I think I had always seen teaching or tutoring as kind of ideally me guiding a student towards an answer, but there was this assumption like I need to know the answer in advance, and I didn't always, but I often did, and I always felt like I should know the answer in advance. And so helping the students with their kind of differing freeform projects that are all using different libraries was the first time where I really almost never knew the answer in advance, and people would ask questions and it was like, I don't know, and really forced me to recognize that kind of the thing I had to offer was teaching my process of how I find an answer when I don't know it, and what are the things I try first, and what do I look at. And so this was really transformative for me, and something I do try to keep in mind with my daughter, but of modeling, when I don't know something, this is how I try to figure it out. And also being okay going down dead ends, and letting people see this.